Good evening, good afternoon, good
Hello.
yeah, good Friday. Is it a good Friday? We will see
It's
in a few hours, which we won't be joining entirely for that time. But thank you for joining us. I'm Jan, and I'm joined by Mabsy at Park End
hello.
Goodison. Hello, how are you,
Hi.
Mabs?
Hi. Yeah, all good. Positive news on the transfer front. So just before we go, so to surmise it, is looks like Calvert-Lewin's staying. At the end of the day, we only had Beto and Trimiti, so yeah. I mean, I think Chelsea's come in and offered 10 million. Well, you know what? We stay in the Premier League. 10 million's more than worth it to
It's
take them. Of
derisory. It's a derisory offer.
course it is. Of course it is. Absolutely. So that's good. Brantwaite is staying because no one's coming for him, thank God. We've got rid of Malpai, fantastic. Always everyone, including Malpai. So yeah, fuck you. And then we signed Mangala. That's official on a season-long loan, and we are we're in for a right back and trying to get that over the line.
Oh,
Is that so? Is that
no,
right?
no,
Or
no. What? Well, Lorenz Assignon at Rennes, but their French journalist has come out and said, sorry, before we just delve into it, we are both terrible. Thank you very much to the growing number of maybe Evertonians, maybe not Evertonians that are joining us on Follow Everton. Thank you very much. We really do appreciate it. Obviously, it's a bit of a hectic and depressing time being an Evertonian, but you joining us is kind of what makes that special. So please get your comments in. And Ryan will probably have a go at me if I don't say, smash the like and subscribe, hit the notification button. And if you're watching on some other platform, come over to YouTube, join us.
yeah, please.
Hit the little thing, go on the, what is it he says, desktop site to click the thing. And sorry, Ryan, you've got to give proper staff training. I
Can be done on the app too, can't it?
Yeah.
So
But yeah, we do appreciate it. Get the comments in. We will discuss this. We've loosely got a structure because it is going to talk about the transfers and the upcoming match on Saturday, tomorrow, against Bournemouth at home. But it's going to be a bit of a mismatch. We are all over the shop. There's lots of stuff going on.
like we're always, to be fair, that makes no change.
So, yeah, but we do appreciate it. Get your banter amongst yourselves and with us, and we will be discussing that. But you just brought up a very good point. DCL is going to stay, which will affect my thinking of my team selection. But DCL, okay, yeah. So 10 to 12 million is a bit of a derisory, insulting offer, and it maybe was trying to capitalize on, I don't know, some desire that we needed to balance the books and sign someone else.
Well, no, it's kind of like, he has a year left, and he's got a year left. He's no intention of signing a new contract. Well, yeah, fair enough. It's 10 million, but like I said, at the end of the day, if we can manage to stay. I know it's to it. I know people are going to kick off at me for saying this.
But the thing is, right? The argument logically is, okay, 10 million, it's profit. We paid 1.4 or whatever, but we were in the region of 30, 35, 40 million a year, 18 months ago. And you're thinking, hang on, okay, well, he's not worth that. But if Chelsea are going to buy him, surely they could use that money to go out and buy someone of a better standard, or someone that's a proven quality or not an injury risk, or that is young or has that potential on their side. So you're wondering, then, no, why would they make that offer unless there was something in it for him that they were underpaying?
Yeah, and also, 10 million at this stage is worth nothing. You're not going to get anyone in. So, yeah, you know what? We're down to a threadbare. So, I think it's a positive. Don't get me wrong. 10, 20 million, 30 million was bit your hand off. But 10, 12 million, I'm quite happy staying.
I mean, the thing is, though, you've just got to hope that he has the right mentality and professionalism to go, okay, put my boots on, put the top on, do the job, and not be just plucking a name out of thin air here, not being a Neil Mopay.
Yeah, but you've got to realise this as well. There's no club really went in for him, so he's got to be in the shop window for his contract. So if he performs shit this season, who's going to have him?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Who's really gonna? We're really gonna.
So he has to perform. In my eyes, he can't just down tools, because at the end of the day, no one's going to just say, well, we're going to take him because his attitude's all wrong. So, and he's not going to get the money that he wants. I'm assuming that, in the contract. So
Well,
he's got to play good. He's going to have to.
but we have a history of, and I mean, I think that's probably why we offloaded some players that we have a threadbare squad now, but we've had to do it because that's the expense that the price we paid because we've had to cut down the wage bill, and we have players that were sat on the bench or not even vying for a starting place that were on 60, 70, 80, £100,000 a bloody week, and it is frustrating that you think like, okay, well, there's that, and you demanded this and you never justified it. And we've had a countless number of players like that, and you have to, what is hubris or pride, or maybe, maybe he is capable of that, and it's just a long-term setback. Well, I'm sorry, maybe negotiate an extra year where you go, you know what, if I'm valued here and I want to give you a chance, because as you say, what team is he going to step into?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, he owes us. You know what? I wouldn't decry the lad signing a new deal, and then say put a £40 million release fee in. Say you can go if someone offers you that, happily go with our thanks. But you owe us at least that to actually sign a contract. Because we need you as the value increases, and at the end of the day, then the amount of the way that we have supported you as a club as a fan base, and at the end of last season, the way you said that you claim that you love us, well, then do the right thing and sign, and as I say, negotiate a release fee. I'd be happy with that. So it's an agreement that you can go if we get the right price for him.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't begrudge a player going. Certainly, if he hasn't come out and spoken anything negative, when clearly he's underperformed, and we've actually been very patient with him. We haven't booed him. We've been very supportive, I think, as a fan base and a club. And I don't know if any of you guys in the comments disagree with me, because I think there are certain players that we stand by and certain ones that we don't. We turn up. We're very fickle in some ways, and unpredictably so. And DCL has. I mean, I'm not going to compare the two really, but you look at the situation between Mope and DCL, and clearly some have fueled it. DCL could have come out and said these things. There's been a mutual cooperative
Yeah, I
dynamic.
mean, the end of the day, look, he has had his fair stick. When he was out injured and the modelling, and then the risks, the not risks, the different sort of style that he does have. But again, nothing wrong with that. And I think that was mainly down to the fact that he was off injured and he was earning a lot of money doing that. And you know what? I can't begrudge him doing it, but it is kind of like thinking, well, yeah, you are injured, mate. You know what I mean? And you are underperforming on the pitch when you do play. So yeah, I just don't know what you see what I'm saying, though, don't you? I'm
Yeah,
not
no, I know.
having to go at him. I'm just saying people did, and maybe it was just out of frustration. And again, it's passion because we were in the shit, and he
Yeah,
was
I
injured,
mean,
and
I'm
he
gonna
was just doing that.
let's be honest, right? Maybe I'm living in cloud cuckoo land, but for argument's sake, most people that go to football, that buy the shirts, that do the streams, that watch the streams, thanks guys,
Yeah,
will
thank you.
be at most, on average, earning take home £1,000 a week,
A
right?
week,
I'm saying at
£1,000.
most
No,
because,
right? Yeah, okay. Gonna say you.
right?
How much is Ryan paying you? Because I want some of that.
But
Ryan, if
I'm
you're
just
listening,
saying that,
why are you paying
like,
him a
clearly
thousand
there's
pounds a
a
week?
bell curve, but I'm saying at most. And then you have people like there's the propensity. Okay, you get a bigger house, there's more bills, there's all this fancy stuff of that, but there's only a cap. You can't. If there are some people who are on 100,000 a week, so that's 100 times that. Are you telling me that their bills are 100 times as much, or no? They might be like 5 or even 10 times as much. But then all that extra
Yeah,
stuff is play, and I know they've got a shorter career, but that the amount of money that you need to safely, comfortably live the rest of your life, right? You just think it wouldn't really take much. How do you get that domino tipping where the players go, okay, Everton are in financial trouble. We love this club. This is about the fans. Yada yada yada. Surely they could come to an agreement where it's like, I know it's ridiculous. It's cloud cuckoo land, dreamland, and I'm going to stop it there because we're wasting time.
I'm going on a tangent here, but have you actually just seen Twitter? And I think Duncan Ferguson's club's in real shit. And he's just agreed to 40% pay cut to help the players keep their wages. Exactly. Yeah. We love Dunk.
And it's interesting because, it all comes into I'm a bit arty-farty. So
let's go on the tangents of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Go on.
Just check out a Forbes article on the importance and qualities of relationships, and it's about transcendentalism, not self-improvement. You put collectiveness and how people who value the environment. Anyway, screw it. Okay,
so go on for it. Get it.
DCL, okay, which means that maybe we're not going to prioritise looking at a winger if we're going to keep pushing and die back to that wide place, which makes me wonder. Do you know that there was this talks of Nuama at going to us, and then I've checked in the news and it was okay. That didn't happen because Fulham have hijacked the talks, even though we'd agreed on 15 million in theory, but then they'd made an offer of 10 million. I don't know. So why would they pursue that? Maybe it's a fellow francophone saying negative things about Everton Football Club, but it's so frustrating to see that, and then to see the back and forth of, okay, no, those have stalled. Is he coming to Everton? No, he's not coming to Everton now. And I don't know. What do you think?
Fuck you. At the end of the day, if at the end of the day, we offer good money. You projected us because obviously you want the glitz and glamour of living in London, and that's fallen through.
On an Alex Iwobi.
Yeah.
My friend.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my friend reckons Alex Iwobi was that secret footballing rapper because he had his own studio. And anyway, never mind.
Yeah, it could have been. Could well have been.
So there was talk about us going in for a young right back, Lorenz Assignon at Rennes, who has flirted with being a first team regular there, has come back into form. I think maybe the number one for the position has been injured or has dropped out of form. And I've seen a couple of things earlier today from French speaking reporters who have 5-figure followers on social media that they reckon that, I think it was Benjamin Corret, a Paris reporter, said that he's going to stay. He'll still be in Rennes, but at this evening. So that's quite. I don't know if I want to say something wild and sweeping, like the French are prone to grandiose statements, but it's a pretty firm statement to say he will still be in Rennes tonight.
Yeah, on Ernest Menem, or wherever his name is, he's apparently now Nuama. Yeah, has accepted a move to Everton, and if the transfer is finalised, Everton will pay around 30 million.
Euros or pounds? Not that it makes much difference.
Euro.
Okay, well that's better. So what? Mangala, Nuama. Nuama's come from Lyon, who we signed O'Brien from. Brian, is it O'Brien or O'Brien?
O'Brien, come on, he's Irish.
Yeah. I am loving some of the comments on here. There's a lot of speculation on stuff, and Robbie is right. The players aren't fans. Players are employees. But at what point if you want all the benefits that it comes from all that rampant, maybe individual selfishness, at what point do you realize that there's a two-way street, that they get that as a result of all these things? And if those things are suffering, there's that. I get that. And Robbie, I would suggest you're possibly a legal positivist, where I believe in more legal naturalism, which is like where morality should shape law, not.
At the end of the day, you are going to go to where you're paid the most, and that again is understandable. But yeah, you have got to pay your employer back, who supported you through thick and thin, paid all your medical bills, and you don't come out and say, "Oh, I love this club," and we'll fight to the end, and and spare you on, and then next thing I'm not signing a new contract. I want you to sell me. You know,
Yeah.
where does that come from?
It's the sort of, you know, if somebody stands by you, you stand by them, don't you?
Well,
It's
you
not
should do.
yeah, you don't stand by them as long as it's convenient, and then when it's difficult, it's like, oh, you know what? I just that's a bit inconvenient for me. See you bye. But unless it comes to being Neil Mopey, I mean, do you think he was right to maybe hold out for a permanent move rather than a loan?
Yeah. Well, we don't have that headache anymore.
Sorry.
Absolutely made up. He's gone. You know, I think that was the end. That fan. What happens at the
Well,
train
it's
station?
symbolic of the Gordon thing, wasn't it, with driving out of Goodison
Mm,
before he went to Newcastle.
yeah. At the end of the day, you know, with regards to Mope, he didn't want to be here. We didn't want him. You know, and I it's hard with regards to that incident. What happened with him at the train station? I it I think it was more passion than the. And you know what? And someone pointed out, you know, how many times have you given opposite fans stick, referees stick, and yeah, at the end of the day, it was passion over spilling, and it's frustration that we have someone who didn't want to be at the club and a buckle. It's nothing to do with that, by the way. Just make that clear. But you know what? If you paid that money, you should be playing, or you should, you know, put it on Twitter. What was it to the Brighton captain? You know, well done, Gaffer. You know, it's a kick in the teeth. Fans don't want to see that. Fans want to be, you know, you Everton or nothing. And you know what? That's what you paid for. You know, so I'm glad to see the back of him. He's glad to see the back of us. We move on. I think there's nothing more to say on that, dickhead.
Yeah. We have also seen a young defender go out. Is it Metcalf, Jensen Metcalf on loan? He was a youth player. He never quite broke into the first team, which I think is reasonable considering we've got a lot of upheaval. You know, he may as well get some genuine for competitive first team football experience at where's he gone? Accrington? No, I don't know where he's gone. Billy Crellin's gone to Accrington Stanley.
I'm gonna clue.
Oh, okay. All right then. Well, then, moving on to Oro Mangala, 26. He's a young Belgian of Congolese descent, and he doesn't stereotypically score many goals, but in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, he scored one a season until last season when he scored one for, was it Forest, and two for Lyon? So he's played, played 13 games in the sort of second half of last season, I think.
Yeah, welcome to Everton, Mangala, and you know, we're glad to have you. You know, it seems that you're up for a fight, and you know we'll get behind it like we do everyone. So you know, absolute welcome.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting to see though that he's. I mean, you can see highlights and videos online, and when people post them. But he's
you know what
played in Premier League matches recently. No, but he's played in Premier League matches recently, and you can see
I don't go off that. Yeah.
No, I know.
Don't go off those reels of shit.
I know, but I think it's fair to say that what you can see, he's a type of player who understands that or injects his game with a type of physicality, puts his body on the line, makes tackles. And I would be concerned that now he's wearing an Everton shirt, a lot of those perfectly legitimate tackles that he's made against very top opponents would now be prone to scrutiny or more extended scrutiny by officials. Because, yeah.
Of course, he's ineligible to play for. I'm assuming he's not able to play this game because the cut-off was probably 12 o'clock. So, but at the end of the day, Dice has got no excuse not to play him. You know, the excuse of the new lads is, well, they haven't got Premier League experience. Well, that's bollocks anyway. But he has got definitely Premier League experience.
So yeah, I mean, who else is there to talk about? Oh, Holgate was going to go to Lyon and it collapsed. What's going on? Are we merging with Lyon or something?
Is this one of Texas? Is this a Texter club?
Sorry, that was for anyone wondering why I asked the dumbest question in the world. For everyone in the know, I try to sometimes phrase things in a way of like, "Oh, let's talk about this," maybe for people who aren't aware. But yeah, what's going on?
Texter.
Texter. I thought I'd give her a call.
Not bad.
Yeah. serious questions. Robbie's asked here. So in that sort of segue to talking about our potential new financial sponsor, Texter, what are the hopes of Everton fans these days?
What do you mean? Serious question. That's what the hopes of Everton fans these days. Hard, isn't it? You know, you at the beginning of the season, like literally 2 weeks ago, you're thinking, yeah, push on for mid-table, and then Brighton happened, and then Tottenham happened, and then you're just thinking, well, we had a shit off against fucking Doncaster and Corp, and so that's a really good question. You know, obviously survival is the key. Hopefully win a cup. I mean, it's never going to happen, but you live and dream that you are one day going to win something again. But I just don't want another relegation scrap. I just want to be away from it. I don't want to be.
I would like not every moment of going to the football, of watching the football and discussing the football to be tinged by this sort of
season on
despair
a bounce,
and threat of relegation, of points deduction, of. I mean, come on. We're constantly, whether they're on our side and they're criticising the Premier League or with the butt of some joke with Paddy Power, the fact that an internationally recognised and regulated company that's doing adverts on, not just putting out something on social media, it says something, and it says something about how we're perceived as a brand, as a culture, our professionalism. The fact that we have instances like the fans going out and confronting players. Anthony Gordon, or being at the station, and that situation with Mope has escalated. The fact that, I mean, I did a really wonderful thing with Fan Hub. I got invited for my thoughts to be included on a short segment that they did. A really wonderful video on Goodbye to Goodison. I'd recommend, by the way, people do check it out.
What's Fan Hub?
Fan Hub is an organisation, an app that partners up with football teams that fans register, and they can get like rewards, like tickets or things back and reductions. It's really great. I think it's free. I don't quite understand how it works. Maybe it's ad revenue or there's a charity. I don't know. It's awesome. But they invited me. And it was a Goodbye to Goodison. Check it out on YouTube. Fan Hub, Goodbye to Goodison. And it was this 12-minute segment talking about just what it means from move from Goodison, the first purpose-built football stadium.
It's mad. I went to Costco today and went to Bramley Moor.
We're gonna get on a sidetrack, but they did a fantastic video, and I don't know. We're going to go off on a huge sidetrack here, but what
It's fine.
I kind of expect more, but the
ADHDs.
But the club didn't allow them to film. This is a reputable organisation. They've got an app on the App Store. They, that they work with football clubs. Now, it was just taking place in the streets outside the ground. It just would have been something inside.
No, hang on, but it does that hams home because that's what. It's part of your match day experience, isn't it? They're going outside the ground.
No, I know, but the fact is that that's just not an isolated incident. It was an opportunity to talk about a wonderful video they've just done, and it's clearly on our minds because we're in the last season of playing at Goodison.
Right? Fair enough.
That to me, there seems to be. You talk about fan engagement officers of clubs in Germany. And I've been told by people who have gone over and known people that go over to visit to see how it's done, that they have fan engagement officers that work with like the local fan and supporters clubs and institutions, pubs, drinking, social clubs, all these kind of things. They get the away tours, and what they do is they go. They have people who liaise with these groups of fans, and then they feed back into the club, and then they talk about the match day. There's a sense of ownership and a pride and a reciprocal relationship between the fan base that are there at the ground on a match day just as frequently as the players, for crying out loud. So do you know what I mean? That whole experience is something that is not just owned by the football club, and
No, I
sometimes to me
understand.
there's a failure of Everton to do that.
Absolutely, and it over the years it's eroded a lot. There seems to be, I go home and away. I'm very privileged. I go away when I can. Now I've got work commitments. I work a crazy job. Um, but yeah, it seems to be now that they're engaging with the foreign. And again, I'm not saying this is wrong. I'm just saying they're giving them the. I'm not going to call them tourists. That's wrong. Wrong word to use. The fans from they don't go regularly, and that's all good. And you know what? It's a great marketing tool, but also they need to give some back to the fans that you know have have also paid heck a lot of money. It's not just money. It's spending time and investment. And Everton were really quite good with it because I remember one season that they before the season they invited those away fans, I was included, to go to in the Baltic market. I can't remember and you know what, right?
It was a social thing, wasn't it?
It
It
was a
was an
social, yeah,
evening one.
and it was an evening. It was great. Helena's been there, and at the end, they gave you, and they quite literally gave you a free away shirt. Now that was your main target audience, away fans, and they just gave you a free away shirt. And they were like, well, if it doesn't fit you, if you've got an away shirt and you want the home shirt, you can go in the club and swap it. And that seems to all have just disappeared.
We're not asking for free stuff because
No,
we
we're
buy
not.
the
We're
season
not.
ticket, we go the match, we pay all these things. We'd pay more if the standard was that, and all these kind of things. We're not asking for handouts. We're
Just
asking that the
access.
club, yeah, because there's a comment up here. It's fantastic. Maybe Aaron Stevenson is talking about Ross's comment previously, but Rod Ross said, "I'm in the minority, but the new stadium is an albatross around our neck. The club suffered because of it, and it's not been a draw for new players. Broadly speaking, I do think it's necessary. I'm not going to say, oh, I don't want us. Okay, I don't want us to move.
I think
necessary,
it
but
has been an evil necessary because we have to generate revenue. Because again, Goodison, as
what
much
it's
as I
done
love
is
it,
but people in the
there's no
club,
corporates.
no,
But there's
but
no
the people in
corporates,
the
and that's
club,
where you make your
I don't
money.
care. It's not about that. I know we need to move stadium, but it seems like people in the club, so many of them have gone, oh, sorry, busy, new stadium, oh, new stadium, oh, new stadium. It feels like so much, like half of what needs to be done to run the day-to-day of a football club has just
But
fallen by the
it's a lot.
wayside because they've gone, oh, new stadium.
Again, it's been a hell of an investment. Let's face it, and we've got massive loans. And yeah, unfortunately, it will suffer. It is going to cost us it has cost us on the pitch because we've not. It costs us an FFP or PSR, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because we thought we could write some of that cost off, and then they went, oh, halfway through the bills. Oh no, actually you can't. Everyone else has been
But
allowed to,
here's the thing.
but we
At
can't.
what point? Here's the thing then. if the Football League and the Premier League and all these kind of things, PGMOL and the FA and everything, if they recognise that building a football stadium is an exceptional expense, but as they claim within their rubric that it's about the beneficial of the maintenance of sport as a whole and the spectacle and the growth of all the clubs and the benefit to the whole thing, right?
The
Surely there
grassroots of
should be
Liverpool's.
exceptional. Surely there should also be exceptional rules and regulations and perhaps safeguarding or exceptional circumstances that are then put in because long term the growth of a football club and its increase in revenue creates a more competitive league, which drives, this is the argument for free market, which is what we're saying here.
Of course it is. At the end of the day, right, so we weren't allowed to write our stadium costs, which is an investment in the city to regenerate in the city, investment in grassroots football in the city. It's a benefit to the wider economy with jobs, etc. We weren't allowed to write that off, but because United didn't do a pre-season in America, then they're right to write that off, and that's okay because they're part of the top six, the cartel, and they can do whatever the fuck they want, but we can't. And
It's
it's
before the
not it's
watershed.
not about. I'm not bothered, but it's not about. This isn't about doing whatever we want. This is about investing in our city, investing for our future, and that's just making us actually quite literally more sustainable.
So I would just like to say
almost...
that for the record, it has been confirmed. The BBC have published, confirmed by the Press Association, BBC have published an article 25 minutes ago to say Oro Mangala has joined Everton on a season-long loan.
Yeah, Everton's released a video. Haven't you seen it on Twitter?
I'm just officially stated.
Everton wouldn't release a video; it's not official. So yeah, you're about half an hour behind.
We've we've seen things on like club shops and mistakes, and issues and things have been made before. Let's not.
No, they quite literally, Everton have already announced it. So yeah, that is definitely over the line. Done, finito. We on to the next. So we've got. And also, where are we? Is it midnight it closes today or 11? I don't. They make the rules up.
Yeah, we are not here until 11.
We're not. No. I would get in serious trouble. I think Ryan would probably want us to select 11, but we don't get paid enough. I mean, you get £1,000 a week, but I get fuck all. Yeah. Anyway, you're taking my wages technically. So you can stay on. You can stay on some midnight.
If anybody out there wants to pay me £1,000 a week to do whatever it is I do, then yeah,
nothing.
Absolutely. Play piano wonderfully, write excellent poems that aren't always about football, and
I'm playing your band here.
Yeah.
When's the gig tonight? When's your gig? May as well give it a plug. Go on.
No.
Go on.
This is about football. I'm not. You'll take the piss out of me for where it is as well. So no.
Is it in Morton?
No.
Where is it then?
No.
Go on.
No.
All right. In the comments, if you want to know where Jan's gig is tomorrow, it's at Anfield, isn't it?
No, it's not.
The Arkles. Is it the Arkles?
No.
Fuck off.
It's not.
Where then?
Not telling you.
Right. In the comments, if you want to know where Jan's gig is tomorrow, let us know. And if you get enough comments, he's going to have to tell us. What?
On to Doncaster.
Bournemouth.
May as well be Doncaster. Bournemouth, yeah. It's going to be tough. They have a lot more resilience than we do because they managed to. Well, they've had two. Okay, I don't know where to start because I can just see it being a complete disaster. Because they drew against Forest when they were completely not in it at all. And they rarely threatened. They got a goal against play, and it was like a blunder, wasn't it? And it was a shot against play, and then that was it. It was Sinistera sort of did a bit of skill. The player that we were interested in, Sinistera, he twisted around and shot, and it went deflected to a corner, and then it was like, oh no, sorry, Forest got. I don't know what it was. It's annoying.
I so wish I could. I wish I wasn't on the guest account so I can actually control these comments coming through.
Yeah, all right. Which one?
Ryan, you need to sort this out because, I can't get into your account. So you need to change the password on the other one.
Yeah, because like you could say that they were unlucky not to win. They had a second goal against Newcastle because they were 1-0 up and they had a second goal disallowed because it was like a handball, but it was here. And like, we've been in that situation before, so I just know that there's going to be a goal disallowed for them at Goodison. He's going to go to the monitor or something, and then it's going to be allowed because it's like, oh, finally they get their goal, and it's going to be something that's been disallowed, but against us.
Most Everton thing ever. And will the stream work this time so you can actually fucking see it instead of VAR telling them? Because apparently he had a backup monitor. I don't know. Do we have him? Are we the first ground to have him pitch monitors now, as well? Is that another first? To have it, otherwise, because that's the only way. Don't know where the screen was for the Brighton game. Ridiculous. Anyway, we digress, as we usually do.
Yeah. So I mean, you can just. I see it now. Unfortunately, I see us not having the resilience, being maybe out-muscled a little bit, and not being, and them playing very cutely and as
Can I
Robbie
just
said,
say as
Bournemouth
well?
will fancy this one because they also got they got a they got a draw against Newcastle. Admittedly, it was at home, and bloody Anthony Gordon. So it just feels like they're going to have this anti-Everton sentiment. And Anthony Gordon, the Evertonian, got that late goal when we should have won the game, and a second disallowed goal in a row. That it's just all coming to a head to tell the wonderful narrative of the televised Premier League.
And you know what, right? Bournemouth have the worst away fans, away fans in the league. At the end of the day, they never ever bring themselves to their allocation. Now you'll get people defending them. You'll get people defending them, saying, "Oh well, you've got to come all the way to Bournemouth." So fucking what? At the end of the day, we sell out home and away, regardless of where we play. I know Bournemouth is a shit allocation, like 1,200. Well, we take our fans, and I don't ever buy that excuse saying, "Well, they've got to travel up the country." It's a absolute ridiculous statement to say that. We need to win just for that fact, because at the end of the day, it can't. You can sell the lower bollocks. I mean, it's great for us to sell the upper, like other visitors, and again more Blues, and I'm all for that. People get to see Goodison one last time if it's one of their only game. They get to go the game, but this is unforgivable. And then they all go, "Your shit ground, no fans." Like, fucking, hang on, have you seen? You can't even fucking sell. You can only sell the lower. Sorry, I'm on a tangent, but yeah, fucking hate that, and that's all we need to win.
Is Coleman injured or fit for tomorrow?
I think he's fit. He's fit.
Okay, cool. Right, so for me, Pickford in goal, obviously. Coleman, O'Brien, Keane, Mikolenko, because unless Tarkowski's... is he injured or fit?
He's fit. Why wouldn't you... Where's Roman Dixon?
Oh. Okay, fair point.
I mean, he's not going... I know what you're saying, this team, because at the end of the day, we all fucking know that Keane's getting the fucking game. I don't know fucking why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because I assumed that Tarkowski was still injured and Branthwaite's injured, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm just saying, well, yeah, I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I prefer to see Roman Dixon play. I think he had a great, when he came on, what we saw of him.
Okay, the question is, has anyone ever considered the possibility of having someone big? I don't know if O'Brien could do it yet at his age, but he's a big one. As a centre back in a sort of wing back thing with not three centre backs, but with one centre back, and then, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's never going to happen. Yeah, we leak goals, but at the end of the day,
because then we could have Garner Gay and James Garner in the midfield, and they're both quite good. Or maybe this Mangala.
Well, he can't play, can he? I don't think it's going to be eligible. I think was it midday the cut off the day before the first work. I don't think he's eligible.
Yeah, all right.
For this one. So you know what though?
I mean, the issue for me was if DCO's staying, right, we're going to be probably playing him, which makes me wonder. Well, why did we buy Ndiaye to stick him on the wing if we're talking about buying a winger? Do you know what I mean? It's almost like
but we bought Ndiaye because I'm thinking Ndiaye was bought because we thought DCL would be going. Surely, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's probably the logical explanation for that one.
Yeah.
So everyone probably assumed that he was going to go, but it's good to have that headache, isn't it? Surely, when you do have options, considering we are threadbare, we still got options.
Are you saying that it would be? Are you saying that it would be exponentially better if we still had Neil Mopay?
No, fuck off. Not a chance. Not a chance at all. And at the end of the day, I'm fucking made up. I keep saying this. Fucking made up. He's gone.
I know. I just like seeing the dreamy look on your face, like someone's just told you, "Hey, dude, I've just ordered some burgers getting delivered to your house." That's the look.
No, but in all seriousness, at the end of the day, you've got to play DCL because I keep saying this. He's going to be in the shop window, surely.
I believe it was okay. Sorry, we're talking about Ashley Young in the comments. It was a straight red.
Well, he's banned, didn't he?
It was right, but was it a one match ban?
One match. Oh, I wish it was free. Maybe, to be fair, wish it was probably 10, but no, it's only 1.
I just knew you were going to say that. I did. Yeah. Yeah, so it's not looking necessarily promising against Bournemouth. Because then what do you want to do? Because do you want to see some sort of elements of what we saw against Doncaster in the second half, or like something more forward? And Dye or a Bonham, Lindstrom. I don't know, like, because people were talking about not Decore, or what do you want to see?
I'd probably go with Garner, Lindstrom, Harrison, McNeil, and Dye.
Garner, Lindstrom, Harrison, McNeil. Okay, I agree with McNeil and Dye. What about Irabunum?
I don't know. What was your thoughts?
But that's the difficult thing I was literally about to say. Because Lindstrom seemed to disappoint a little bit in his physicality, that he couldn't necessarily dominate against.
You know what, though? It comes with experience, doesn't it? It comes with, we've got to play these ways.
Where did we get him from, Mabsy?
What, Lindstrom? Why? Go on.
Where did we get him from, Mabsy?
Leon.
Are we being bent over as like as a fast track waste paper? No, I don't know.
No, we're not. At the end of the day, let's be honest. Texas is not going to be selling as crap. Who's going to be buying it?
Leon aren't some Mickey Mouse outfit, taking a coach. Do you know what I mean? They're not. They don't send their players home to wash their kits, and you know what I mean. They're a professional bloody football team.
No, I get that. We have paid decent money, so it's not like we've got them on a free or anything, is it?
Okay, Stu. Lindstrom not up to full match fitness.
But how do you get match fitness? The only problem, anyway, you do.
Yeah, okay. How do you get match fitness? Well, I mean,
by playing matches.
Yeah, okay. Unfortunately, I can't always put up all the comments in there, but I do encourage our viewers to look and enjoy them for themselves.
O'Brien is what's Rod Ross O'Brien is Texas love child.
But unfortunately, I often get undermined by my colleagues who decide to read out the questionable.
Anyway. I'll bring up Peter Duggan's comments.
Yes, I know.
Go on. There we go.
My issue, the question that I got to was: is he got potentially an underlying issue or injury? But yeah, I want to see Roman. I want to see Tim Irabunum. I want to see Illiman and Dye. I'd love to see Oral Mangala. It's probably not going to happen. I'd love to see Jake O'Brien. I'd like to see something decisive. That look, if we, for lack of better words, if we go down, I'd like to see us go down swinging, not just covering our head, going, "It'll be okay. We'll get a shot in. It'll be okay."
At the end of the day, we've got to make Goodness in the Fortress a season. We can't let the old lady, see her last days with despair, and we need it to be a joyous occasion, not one that's like a sad occasion. And Bramley Moore deserves to be in the Premier League. It's that good.
Goodison. Okay. To Everton Football Club. To anyone involved with Everton Football Club, with the match days, with playing, with training, with the admin, with anything, whatever you can do, Goodison this season deserves more than being showcased for a relegation battle. If we can secure our safety, I think she deserves, after God knows how many matches, first flight matches on that ticker, and thousands, millions of people going through the gates, she deserves a bit of focus actually being on what she's given and what she means to us, at least for a few games. Yeah, please.
Totally, and also it is going to be a big one, so you need to get there before kick off this because yeah, it's a sad one. Super Cabs Day, you know. Honestly, it's didn't don't want to. It's horrible to say it's going to be a Dicky Bow day for Kev. Super Kev, honestly, the 1878 is going to do a memorial in the park, and everyone just get there early and raise the roof for Super. I know you all will. I know you will. But yeah, it is going to be a tough one. I'm sorry to bring it a bit down, but yeah, it's Super Kev's day, so we just need to get behind Super Kev and get behind the team, and the team needs to do it for Super Kev as well. They really do. Sorry to bring it down, but it had to be mentioned.
Predictions?
Go on, 3-0 Everton. Oh God, there we go. Hi Ryan, very posh.
Thank you. And we're in it. Well, you can say it's for Kevin.
Think about
not. It's
how's Downton Abbey?
Yeah, it's good.
You got any silverware in your pockets?
No. Have you got any signings in your pockets?
Well, we've got one more coming. One more, hopefully. Need to get off the line.
He's going to Fulham now, that guy.
Oh, for fuck's sake. He's been
you.
pissing around all day.
Pissed off.
Aye. Hopefully one more then. We don't know. Potentially one more. How's the gig?
Yeah, it's good. They're just having their food. I've got 5 minutes. I thought I'll jump in. You've got loads watching. I'll watch this back anyway. Neil Maupay one's brilliant. £5 million guaranteed for him, plus a loan fee, plus his wages off the books. But, did that hamper the DCL move? Chelsea offered 10 million plus David Fofana. I think, is he worth 10 million over the course of a season to us? If he scores 5 goals, probably not. If he used to bang 20 goals in, then
but my argument is, Ryan, at the end of the day, that he's not just going to down tools because he's going to be in the shop. He's now in the shop window. If he keeps.
I think the deal for DCL had to be very heavily incentivized on add-ons. Okay, you give us 10 mil.
Yeah, I'll say.
Give us 10 mil. If he makes 50 appearances, you give us another 10 million. Do you know what I mean?
So basically, what you're trying to say, 10 million then, yeah.
They'll be worried about injuries and they'll be worried about goals. We could have really made it an easy target. If he scores 10 goals, you get 5 million quid. But we want about 10 million money now.
Yeah.
Because we want to replace him. But, what does that say about Beto? I think Beto's got more about him or more of an all-round game.
You start Beto then?
He has the potential to have more.
Would you start Beto tomorrow?
I would, yeah. I wouldn't really fiddle around with that team. I know you're doing your match preview as well.
And I.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Because if somebody's decided that they want to go out and that they also don't have the scoring, they don't have the recent record.
Beto's got to get a run of games. In all the matches he's played for Everton, if you look at on Transfer Market at his stats last season, it's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes there. Coming on late when we're either losing, we're chasing a game and lumping it long to no one, or trying to see a game out.
So the game plan is headless chicken, try and steal a ball and get through on the counter.
His sheer job becomes just trying to stop the defenders from, being a disruption. Yeah. It's not about actually trying to score goals. And the only time we've ever seen him do that was away at Sheffield United, and he was brilliant in that match. When are we going to see him get a run of games from the start? And let's see what he can do. Yeah. I made up about Maupay. The DCL one is just confusing. We couldn't have offered him a contract with the injuries until the point we did. At which point are we prepared to offer major money? No one knows the truth. Did we offer this 150 grand? And he turned it down.
No, there's no way we've offered him 50 grand. No way.
I think we've offered him a contract that's lower than the contract he's on, and that's why he's going now. Because he's not worth it. The other things I wanted to say just quickly, because I know you're doing a good show and I can't really disrupt and be doing two things at once, is I quite like the central midfielder we've signed. He's got caps for Belgium. He does a job. midfield for us. I just hope we can get another one over the line, a winger with pace. Otherwise, I'm pissed off because Jasper Lindstrom's just going to hook
Yeah,
inside
but here's
the
the
whole time.
question: is maybe the game plan is to put James Garner out on the wing again to cover because we've got Harrison and McNeil, and that's it.
Why are we the only club who doesn't have a right winger with a bit of pace and dribbling? We have to put James Garner, who's a defensive midfielder, on the wing. Piss off.
Ryan, just on another note, Jan's playing in the Arcos tomorrow.
Brazilian.
Again.
Jan's playing in the Arcos tomorrow.
I am
not. That's where his gig is.
Brilliant. I'd have loved to have seen if it wasn't working. You've announced it so people can go and watch.
No.
Put a bit of pressure on it.
No, I am not responsible for Mabsy and you irresponsibly encouraging Evertonians to storm the Arcos tonight for no reason when I won't be there.
Where are you going to be then?
I'm going to dart. I think it's probably for the best. I would love to sit on this with you guys.
Have fun.
You could put the link out if you want anyone. I don't want to, but I made up Mope's got. I think the guys are.
I think we all are, mate. Yeah.
I have to go.
Oh, okay. So we're closing.
Sorry.
Close it. I'll let you guys close the show, and if anything happens,
I have to go. Sorry.
Right.
Okay.
Funny that, isn't
the
it?
microphone is picking up that, but there's a lot of barking going on. Mabsy says 2-0 Everton. I unfortunately think we'll be lucky if we draw. It's shit.
So you're right.
I want better. I expect better, but I'm constantly disappointed.
Aye, best way to be. Right. Everyone, thank you very much for a good stream. Let's hope we get one over the line tonight. We've got until 11 o'clock. I'll be watching the Sky Sports News, I think, for a bit, and the missus allows.
Let's hope we get Nuama.
Fingers crossed.
Toodles.
Over and out. Up the fucking Toffees.